A mother of three is in the Bexar County Jail tonight after San Antonio police say she left her young children at a West Side park with no intention of returning. Those children safe in CPS custody tonight.
Now, I spoke with two witnesses who looked after the children until police arrived. They say it's heartbreaking that the children were put in that kind of situation.
Babies were crying and crying, and I told the baby, it hurts. The baby was crying for her mom.
What this couple thought would have been a short afternoon babysitting in the park ended up being a 12-hour-long nightmare. Manuel Covarrubias and his girlfriend, Gloria Suarez, say they are homeless by choice. They were in this West Side park near Leal Street when they met 36-year-old Maria Martinez.
She approached us and told us, I gotta go see about a job. And when I come back, I'll take care of you. I'll make sure you eat and have some little money. So we said, sure, what we got to do? So look out for my kids. I go, yeah, we love kids. Yeah, why not?
It was June 15th when San Antonio police say Martinez allegedly left her 6, 4, and 1-year-old with Covarrubias and Suarez, who at the time was also in a wheelchair. Police say the children had lice and were wearing dirty clothes.
They had feces on the blanket and everything. They already had feces in their clothes.
The milks that she had were spoiled rotten.
I said, I'm going to go see if I can find her. To Gloria. So I was going there for 10 hours. I couldn't find her.
Not knowing what to do and not having any form of communication, Suarez says the children continued to cry for hours. She did everything she could while waiting for Martinez to come back. Eventually, someone called police. When Covarrubias returned, he too told police what happened. Child Protective Services came out and took the children to the hospital. On one of the children, police found Martinez's passport. She was eventually found and arrested.
I think next time I just call the cops and, you know what? We got the kids, come and get them, man.
Martinez is still in the Bexar County Jail facing 3 counts of abandoned child, no return.
New on the night beat, one man is dead and another in the hospital following a rollover crash on the east side. It happened around 7 tonight on Booker T Road and F Street. Police say the 2 men were traveling in a pickup truck when it rolled over and came to a stop on the side of the road. The impact killing the driver, a 52-year-old man. The front side passenger was taken by EMS to the hospital. No word on his condition. It's still unclear tonight what caused the crash. No other vehicles were involved. Multiple shootings making up some of today's other top stories. The Comal County Sheriff's Office says a deputy shot a man after that person led authorities on a chase into San Antonio and even tried to run them over. It began around 2:30 a.m. on West Laurel and Howard Street in New Braunfels. The deputies say they tried to pull over the suspect for a traffic violation, and that's when he sped off. The chase made its way into San Antonio into a bus yard at the VA headquarters near downtown. There, San Antonio police say the man tried to run over deputies in his vehicle. A Comal County deputy and a constable fired at him. He was shot in his arms, taken to the hospital. He's been charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault on a peace officer.
San Antonio police say they're looking for a suspect accused of shooting a teen during a house party overnight. Officers tell us the 17-year-old shot showed up at Mission Trail Baptist Hospital on the south side just after midnight with a gunshot wound to the hip. Witnesses told police the 17-year-old began screaming at the party, and that's when they realized he had been shot. He was later transferred to the University Hospital. It's unclear what led to the shooting, and no suspect description has been given.
The federal eviction moratorium set to expire in just a few hours, leaving millions of people who depended on it throughout the pandemic worried about what may happen next.
The Night Team's John Paul Barajas spoke to a man who says he may soon be homeless. He also spoke with City about assistance they're offering.
The CDC's ban on evictions throughout this pandemic has come to an end. It was put into place in September, extended a month at the end of June, and now after a failed attempt by the Biden administration to extend it again, it's leaving millions scrambling.
Do you have another place to stay?
No, I ain't got no place to go. That's the thing. I don't have my vehicle no more. It broke, so now I ain't got it. So I don't know how I can get my stuff, or me, anywhere. You know, no, I ain't got nowhere to go. It's kind of sucks.
Ezekiel Moreno says if he doesn't find help, he'll be living on the streets. He hasn't been served an eviction notice just yet, but he's already been given notice his lease will not be renewed. He's behind on about 4 months of rent.
There's all the payments I owe. See, there's February, March, May.
Moreno's not alone. According to a recent Census Bureau study, from late June to early July, more than 600,000 Texas households said they were behind on rent payments.
Why have you been behind on rent?
Lack of employment, and just not being able to go to work.
He explains he worked for a construction company in Austin. Once his truck broke down, he wasn't able to make it to his job. Now he's praying he can get rental assistance from the state or the city.
There's so much money allotted for this pandemic, for the evictions and all that, but yet they didn't hand it out in time.
Moreno's referring to the hundreds of millions of dollars given to states in emergency rental assistance. That's why he's applying for help with Texas rent relief. But the city of San Antonio has assistance available as well. The director of Neighborhoods and Housing Services Department sent us this statement that reads in part, "We are tracking eviction filings closely to see if there's an increase after today while continuing to actively promote the Emergency Housing Assistance Program since help is available."
Those who qualify for the city's assistance program can get help for up to 9 months, and right now they still have up to $45 million available. We'll have a link on our website if you need to apply. John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
John Paul, thank you. And the city of San Antonio is indeed here to help those affected by this pandemic. In fact, several city leaders banded together today in an effort to make sure residents know that assistance is available. At the District 5 field office, council members Terry Castillo and Ana Sandoval hosted a free legal aid and rental assistance drive-through event. Sandoval says that there's still plenty of money left in the budget for those who need it.
The money it's designed for people who were affected by the coronavirus. There is some paperwork that has to be shown. But we want to work with everyone. We don't want anyone to be displaced. So if it hasn't worked for them before, I'd encourage them to call a council office and we'll see what the issue is.
Also at today's event, Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid, as well as the St. Mary's Pro Bono Legal Aid Program and San Antonio Legal Services Association. And as JP said, we have links for how to apply for assistance available at ksat.com.
To our state's capital now, where a 4-day march for voting rights ended with a rally on the steps of the Capitol building in Austin today. The march led by activist Beto O'Rourke, the rally led by Reverend Dr. William James Barber. He called for raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour, ending the filibuster, and passing a federal voter expansion law called the For the People Act. Most Texas Democrats are still in D.C. working to pass the For the People Act, all while denying Texas Republicans the quorum needed to pass state laws for a special session with just a week left.
There are people from every single part of this state who chose to be here right now to stand up and be counted at this moment of truth for our state, for our country, for democracy.
Also in attendance today, music icon Willie Nelson, who in one of his first performances since the start of the pandemic, capped off the rally with a 3-song set.
Taking a look outside with live cam tonight. Well, we wrapped up the month of July today on a very toasty note. In fact, our high temperature in San Antonio this afternoon is the hottest that we have been all month. And that high temperature, drum roll please, 96 degrees, just 1 degree shy of the average high for this time of year. We got up to 95 several days this month, but 96 actually the hottest day in July. We get to rip that page and start a new calendar month tomorrow. Speaking of the start of August, our rain chances go up a bit tomorrow afternoon and then even more so next work week. That is going to lead to another stretch of some not as hot weather for us here as we begin the new month of August. We'll talk all about that, get you ready for the rest of the weekend. And coming up later, I'll also have a look at what's going on for you in the tropics. All that still to come in just a bit. Samuel?
Very much. All right, Katie, thanks very much. Still to come on the night beat, the Delta variant continues to fuel surging COVID numbers across the country. Now the CDC saying the Delta variant could be as contagious as chickenpox and more contagious than the common cold or flu. The latest after the break.
Mornings, afternoons, KSAT's Stephen Cavazos and Samuel King are your traffic authority.
Before your morning commute, expect the latest on GMSA.
If it's affecting how our city moves, I'm covering it at 5 and 6.
KSAT 12, your traffic authority.
Reputation isn't given. it's earned. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust.
It's time to spread your wings and your flippers. Breathe the air. Excite your senses from day to night. It's time to see the world again. SeaWorld. For the best deals and offers, visit SeaWorld.com.
Welcome to the Revive Sleep Center Inside Living Spaces. How can I help you?
We're ready to upgrade.
What can you show us?
Our premium Stearns & Foster models and Cooltech memory foam collection are exciting options. With our 500 thread count sheets and 15-pound weighted blanket, you're in for a treat. You can also win $500 to Living Spaces when you take our rest test.
Wow, we feel revived already.
Visit the Revive Sleep Center Inside Living Spaces and let our non-commissioned experts help you today.
Living Spaces.
Got a fever running up and I am bringing the heat.
It's your guardian angel. It's your muse. It's your smart-dressed, tech-intense, safety-obsessed superhero, the Hyundai Sonata and Elantra. Hey, it's your journey. Own it. Get 0% APR for 60 months on the Elantra or Sonata, or get up to $2,000 in savings. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
How do you make something that's already fresh even fresher? By adding fresh new things, like crisp pico de gallo for a little kick, and creamy cilantro lime sauce for that extra whoa, and pepper jack cheese because, of course, all on top of 2 fresh beef patties, or with chicken on a brioche bun. Whataburger's limited time pico de gallo burger and new pico de gallo chicken sandwiches. Good thing for fresh things. Good thing there's Whataburger. Available by dine-in, drive-through, curbside, and delivery.
Kids need love. Kids need family. But sometimes they also need a little extra help. That's where Brighton Center comes in. We have speech, occupational, and physical therapists who come right to your home. Our team will make sure your child gets therapy to get back on track and give them a strong start in life. Brighton Center. The right help at the right time can change a life.
The U.S. hit 100,000 new cases in 24 hours for the first time since February. A CDC internal document calling the Delta variant as contagious as chickenpox and able to spread faster than the common cold.
And states with low vaccination rates hit the hardest. Meanwhile, the CDC saying the outbreak in Provincetown, Massachusetts, where most of those infected were fully vaccinated, was the key to their decision to reverse the recommendations on masks. So far, though, that outbreak has featured few hospitalizations and no deaths. Health experts say it's a sign vaccines work.
Here's ABC's Christine Sloan with the latest.
A big step backward in the fight against COVID-19. More than 101,000 new cases of COVID-19 were reported across the country on Friday, the most in one day in nearly 6 months. At least 47 states and territories reporting high or substantial community transmission. A startling internal CDC document obtained by ABC News suggests the Delta variant is more contagious than the common cold or flu, estimating the average person infected with the Delta variant can possibly infect as many as 9 people.
This is a game changer for me, and it should be for everyone in our community.
In Provincetown, Massachusetts, more than 900 people coming down with COVID-19. 75% of them were fully vaccinated. That outbreak prompting the CDC to once again recommend masks indoors for everyone in COVID hot zones, regardless of vaccination status.
This weighed heavily on me to have to do this.
In New York State, where more than 60% of the eligible population has received at least 1 dose of the vaccine, more than 3,000 new cases of the virus were reported on Saturday. Florida seeing more than 110,000 new cases over the past week, the highest weekly increase since the beginning of the year. But still, the governor insists
there will be no restrictions and no mandates in the state of Florida.
But there are some positive trends. The White House noting 4 straight days of at least 700,000 doses, about 3 million people receiving their first shot in the past week. Christine Sloan, ABC News, New York.
You guys want to know how hot I got today? Went to tie my shoe up, nearly burnt my knee off on pavement. Like, it was so hot.
It's steamy, definitely steamy today. Hotter than we're used to this summer.
Yeah, it's been such a kind of mild July with all the rain that we've had.